First, I want to make sure you're doing okay. How are you feeling
I'm
after the
good,
injury?
good, man.
Okay.
Came out there and just a little soreness. That's all.
I wanted to ask you, given what happened, how weird things were before the game yesterday, can you give us a picture of how you guys were able to come together and focus on the game after you found out what had happened?
I mean, it really wasn't that tough for us to, to stay focused on the task at hand. Um, we know with the challenge we had in front of us, we didn't. There was a good team, across from us, so we knew we couldn't go out there and play around and um focus on things that that was out of our control. So we talked about it and locked back in and ended up going out there and handling business.
Thank you.
David?
Hey, David, a couple of questions, if I may. One on this game, one on the next one first, with what just happened. What were the key changes, do you feel, in the second half that led to the difference in performance from the first to second half?
I think people just woke up, man. We went in there, we realized that we wasn't playing ourselves. This defensive side of the ball. And we went in there and got each other right as far as the coaches coming in and just announcing what the things we were messing up on, and just holding each other accountable. We had too many elite players on that side of the ball, for things to be going the way they were. It just didn't take much for us to have some self-reflect and go out there, hold each other accountable at halftime, and went out there and handle business.
Yeah, and now you've had at least a couple of occasions where you've gotten to play against Josh Allen. What are some of the keys to stopping him, in your estimation?
Discipline football and tackle. Strong quarterback, can make plays happen with his feet. So we know how to be disciplined. He can make you pay when you're not. And I've played against him many times, and this team has as well. So we know we got what we got up for Thursday.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Omar?
Hey, Dave, I wanted to ask you a little bit. I know this isn't a question specifically about how your defense performed, but I want to talk about the mentality that it takes on those third and short situations, those 4th-and-1 situations. You're a physical inside linebacker. What kind of mentality do you have to try to prevent the offense from converting on that play?
I feel like that's where you can find out a lot about your team. In those tough downs, man. That's where the great football is played. Because it only takes an inch, either to stop them or to get the first down. And we made some key stops a couple of times yesterday. Just a test of who we are, man. We know this is not easy to win in this league. And usually comes down to 1 or 2 plays, man. And you got to take advantage when the opportunity presents itself. And I was actually happy that we was in those positions, man, because especially early, you get an idea to see, who's gonna blow up and then who's not. And I think we all showed that some adversity is nothing to us. Actually we like being in those positions, and it shows a lot about us.
Thank you.
Sure.
And how's the hand, by the way?
It's straight, man. I'm cool. Ain't gonna put too much on it.
Thanks.
Hey, David, I think I'm up next. Wanted to ask you about your impressions on how Anthony Weaver called his first game with you guys, and do you have any good stories from the sideline, or was he up in the box?
Now he's on the sideline. I think it was great. I think he called some plays to get some people to show their strengths. Especially at the end of the game, man. Just guys just making plays. Necessarily, and just like the extra effort, especially with JP and just everybody. We just wanted it more. I think it showed, and I think he called plays to just let guys play their game, which is important, especially to the elite players on the side of the ball. Got to show their strength, so it was good. Looking to build on it, throughout the season.
And one more, if I may, your impressions on how Jalen Phillips did his first game back.
Man, listen, we literally just left film, and I don't know if y'all watched it, but that boy has a motor. The man has a motor, and it shows. It shows that he was just eager to get back out there with the guys, man. And it's gonna be a long season for these tackles. Not gonna lie.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Hi, David. So much is made by fans and some media about how players from former teams can help their current team. Is there anything that Jordan Poyer can offer you guys, without saying what it is, but is there anything strategically that, or even nuances of Buffalo's offense that you think could help you this week? Or is all of that totally overstated and you know enough just from having played them a lot?
Yeah, I would just say it's just that. You answered the question. We just know him enough. JP, even him being over there, I don't think it's much. And even if they did, they would probably know. So even any calls, any pre-snap, they would probably change it, of course. So we're not going. It's not like JP give us a blueprint. Just go out there and we have a plan. Initially we get it, and then play to that. But nah, I'm not, worried about that.
Thanks.
We have time for two more. We're going to go to Alanis and then finish off with Park.
Hi, David. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to go back to Hal's question kind of about the incident involving Tyreek before the game. I'm wondering, were you able to see any of the social media videos about what happened? And just for you personally, like, what was it like seeing a teammate go through that? Was it scary? Or, what have you been able to reflect about what happened?
I wouldn't say it's scary. It's something I'm used to seeing. But it was just wild that I seen a video, but I didn't see the caption or nothing at first. Then I seen it. Yeah, man, it's crazy that he, mentally he could lock back in and go out there and finish the game that he did. Because anybody could have, that could have threw him off his game. He probably could have had a bad game, but it just let that, mess with his mental. But he didn't. He went out there, and got past it at that time, and it made stuff happen. So, yeah, I know it was a good test to him and his focus and his discipline.
Yeah.
Final question, Perk.
What's up, D Long?
Yo.
Hey, I wanted to know about the run defense. You guys allowed 128 yards on 26 carries, but the biggest play of the game, Javon Strip, came in the run game. So how do you balance that? How did you guys do overall against the run?
I think we did okay. I know I could have done better. But as a whole, as a defense, like we was just meeting, we know we have some things to harp on a little bit. But all in all, we feel like we have the tools to make stuff happen, and we would just want to be great. So to us that was too much. But big plays here and there. They wasn't consistently running. They had a couple plays where they just big gains. But it's easy fixes, especially with the leaders on this side of the ball. It's easy fix.
How good did it feel to convert those 2 3rd-and-1 runs? And on the second one, can you take me through the play where it looked like you got hit in the backfield before you were able to plow through?
Yeah, no, it felt great. I think it was, we had a few of those opportunities that just pop up in the flow of the game, and to keep the offense on the field was awesome. As a fullback, I didn't really have to do much, right? That right side of the offensive line just kind of rode that wave. Austin Jackson down blocking. We have that out block with Durham or Julian or whoever, man. And it was the hole was there and we just made it work. So I'm glad we could keep the offense on the field. Jeff Wilson was humming at the end of the game. Tua was on one. Everyone was fiery, getting in and out of the huddle. So just to keep that momentum, those little things are the big things. So it felt good.
Quick follow-up, if I may. On the second one, though, I was not wrong that you got hit in the backfield, and so what was going through your mind and the determination to plow through it?
I just tried to get, in my mind, I was mentally thinking get as skinny as possible and just get through that hole. I tried to embody Raheem Mostert as best I could. But no, man, I think it's all mindset. Like he's going a little sideways, I'm going forward. You got to be able to make that work, especially when you're at that point of the game. You got to be your best when your best is required in the fourth quarter. Set up 7-dog Jason Sanders for that game winner. That was all we needed.
Thanks, Alec.
Adam?
Hey, Alec. It seemed like the Jaguars made a real concerted effort to take away your run game early on, at least. Second half, Jeff really got it going for you guys, provided a start. What did Jacksonville do that was effective, and how can you improve going into this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about that new defensive coordinator over there, getting those guys rolling. Their edge defenders are really tough, really high paid, really high motor guys. Linebackers were flowing downhill. So you got big Eric Armstead in there too. They had quite a bit of, defensive players that were making plays, right? And as we were able to make adjustments, as we were able to see things on the sideline, communicate, I think that's what opened up those lanes in the second half. And I think that's just a testament to the team, man, like sticking together. Obviously it wasn't pretty in the first half, but when you have guys that have been intentional about the way that we're working through things, we can talk to each other, speak the same language, and be able to iron it out on the sideline to be able to put up some points, get some drives rolling, even when things are moving slow and it doesn't feel great. You're able to kind of get all that rust out, kind of burn all those fumes out, and be able to get what we need in the second half. So I was really proud of the guys. The communication on the sideline was elite. So yeah, we made those adjustments together as a crew, and it was great.
I got an unrelated question, but go to Furones first and come back to me if there's time.
All right, David?
Oh, well, thank you, Adam. That's so very kind of you. So, Alec, I think you won your first game against the Bills with the Dolphins, and then have lost 4 straight since, and 11 of 12 for the franchise overall. Can you take us into what are the feelings inside the locker room toward Buffalo?
I mean, we don't like them. They don't like us. It's not a really big secret. We're all very familiar with each other. It's a Thursday night game, a short week. So adversity is an opportunity. Really excited anytime you get to play the Bills. I mean, they're the top of the AFC East as long as I've been here. And that's the type of game that you want to play in prime time with all the guys rolling deep and being able to lay it all out there. So, I mean, if you're a competitor, you love playing the Bills. They're, you got a heck of a lot of respect for them across the board. And you got to play really sound football for 4 quarters to be able to compete. And that's what we got to do. We got to put one together.
Thanks.
Adam, we'll go back to you.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the Bills as well, but I wanted to ask about the compressed time frame. What time did you get out of the stadium last night? What time did you get back to work today? And what's on the agenda to get ready for one of the biggest games of the season?
Yeah, fans were rolling deep yesterday, so we didn't get back until maybe 5:30. Got to just hang out by the house, grill out some dinner, and then we're right back at it 7 a.m. this morning. So it is a quick turnaround, but you're also just playing football, right? Like it really does boil down to the simplicity of the game, being able to execute, taking a game plan, playing ball, making those adjustments. Nobody's bodies feel great, but I think that's that extra layer of want to that you really need to bring into those Thursday night games. And it's an exciting opportunity for us. So anytime we can be back at Hard Rock Stadium on a quick turnaround, I'm not complaining about that.
Do you expect any emotion Thursday playing your former team that's different from a regular game? And after these teams have seen each other so much, is there anything you can share with defensive teammates about nuances of Buffalo's offense, or is that whole thing entirely overstated and there's really no inside information that you can give them?
That's a deep question. Yeah, I'm excited to play this week. Obviously a team that I played with the last 7 years. Very familiar with a lot of guys they have over there. Still have a lot of good relationships over there. Thankful for all my years out there in Buffalo, but excited to play for sure. Definitely been connecting with the guys on this team, and like I said, we're going to be ready to play. We're excited to play. This is going to be a fun game on Thursday night.
Yeah, and this whole topic of sharing inside info, is there anything to it, or there's really nothing that you can say that your teammates haven't seen on tape playing Buffalo so often?
Yeah, I'm sure there's really not a whole lot they haven't seen playing tape, and we'll continue to talk throughout the week, and we're excited for the opportunity on Thursday night.
Thanks.
David?
Hey, Jordan, to go off of that, from practicing against Josh Allen for so long, but now preparing to play against him, what have you gathered are some of the keys to containing him?
Probably some of the same things that you guys have seen. I mean, yesterday he went pretty crazy. He doing what he's always been doing, running around, throwing the ball, hurling over people. So, great player, man. Seen him do some crazy things over the years. So I'm really excited for my first opportunity to finally play against him, and it'll be fun night on Thursday night.
And being so familiar with him, are there any little tendencies in his play specifically that maybe weren't always expressed to him that you've kept in the back of your mind, possibly?
Yeah, I'll keep those within the team.
But they exist.
I mean, they exist on every player, so yeah, we'll keep those within the team.
Excellent. Thank you.
Adam?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but do you think you were brought here, among the reasons you were brought here would be to beat the Buffalo Bills?
I don't think that was one of the only reasons why I came here. One of the reasons why I came here was because I seen this team over the last 7 years grow and become who they are, and I wanted to be a help in becoming becoming part of that stepping stone of winning the AFC East and going on a run in the playoffs. So this is just part of it, right? This is just another game for us to win, go 1-0 this week, and what a cool opportunity for Thursday night.
Are the group texts blowing up this week?
Say it again.
Are there any group texts that are blowing up this week? Former teammates?
No, there's not.
Appreciate the time.
Yeah.
Omar?
Jordan, I wanted to first commend you for what you said early in the season when you had a press conference with us about the mentality that most Dolphin fans knew, but probably don't publicly speak about, especially amongst the team, in terms of the Dolphins folding when adversity hits. How one, did you get heat for saying that inside the locker room, and how do you go about changing that mentality?
Yeah, I think you saw a little bit of it yesterday. Down 14-3, and there was probably a lot of people that could have counted us out. Probably a lot of people did count us out in that game. And you just stuck with it, right? Just kept playing football. I swear I've been just saying this for years now, and a coach used to tell me this: just every game you just keep playing. The game's gonna always come down to the last play, the last series, the last drive. Doesn't matter the score. And when you look at games over the weekend, I mean that was a game. You look at the game last night. I mean the last drive, the last series. Detroit drives on the ball, game over. So. You just keep playing. Adversity is going to hit. Every team's going to go through adversity, and you being able to handle those moments, and it's all about. That's what it's about. It's, the moments, handling the moments, and I thought we did an amazing job of that yesterday, and it was really cool to be a part of this victory, and we're excited about this weekend or this week.
Thank you,
Marcel?
What's going on, Pope?
Marcel.
I wanted to ask about and I'm sorry if it's been asked already. I had to come back to the call. The touchdown pass yesterday in the corner of the end zone to Thomas to 7. What do you? Because looking at the all 22, I mean, it just looked like a really good throw. Sometimes it's just good offense rather than a defensive mistake. But I'm curious, from your perspective, what did you see on that play, and how did that get completed?
Yeah, it was a good throw. I think, just us in the secondary playing together and continue to play together. We'll continue to communicate things. And, there's just a couple of things out there that, we can do better on the back end that, are super easy fixes. We got a super talented secondary. We got guys that have played this game a long time. So just small communication things that'll help us continue to get better.
Yeah, was that cover 4, or I'm trying to learn?
You trying to learn?
Yeah.
It was cover. It was cover. We're all covering. No, it was. I mean, we're playing football, right? And it was cover 2 and the cover 4 based off of releases, and there were certain communications. So it's things that we got to communicate that we'll continue to communicate and get figured out. And I mean, we gave up 14 points to an NFL team in a first NFL game of the season. So I think going in the second half we shut them out pretty good, and so that's what we're going to continue to build off of and continue to drive off of.
Well, appreciate it, man.
Isaiah?
Good morning, Jordan. I just wanted to apologies if you were asked this yesterday, but I just wanted to get your reaction to what happened with Tyreek prior to the game, and how are you guys able to respond?
Yeah, I mean, what a crazy situation, and what a freaking. I mean, he a boss for getting arrested and then going out there and going for 100 and what do you go for 130 something? I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous. But you know, we love Tyreek, man. It was super cool that the guys that were around them, Calais and Janu, and I think there might have been another person, were there to help support. Just a tough situation. You know, we're glad that he was okay, and you know, I saw his press conference after the game, and you know, it's what a leader he is for saying the things that he said, and you know, I'm just gonna keep it at that.
Thank you.
We have one final question. We'll go to Hal.
Hey, Jordan, I want to ask you a little bit more about what you just said. Was there like a turning point before the game, something someone said, whether it was Mike or someone else, that really got you guys focused on the game and able to overcome that very weird situation before the game?
I think everybody kind of realized on their phones on Twitter when it happened, and you know, he came in the locker room and he got dressed like he was playing, and we're all ready to go. So, yeah, it was like it never happened really, and he went out there and went crazy on the field like he always does, and what a crazy story for him, man. That's something. Shoot, I'll tell my grandkids when I'm 70 years old. Yeah, my boy Tyree got arrested and went out there and went crazy on the field.
Um, one other thing I'd like to ask you about the Buffalo connection. I understand usually, you know, ex-teammates don't communicate the week of that game, but going back over the summer when you first signed with Miami, was there any good trash talking between you and the Bills? You know, sort of like see you in September kind of thing? What do you remember?
Absolutely, I has been for sure. I'll keep it at that. Boys know we coming. I know they coming, so it's gonna be a fun Thursday night.